Greetings, my noble knights, it is I, Blaze Templar, and today we're doing something a little bit different, and that's kind of a sequel to what is definitely the most popular video on the channel right now. Whitey, it shouldn't be on Showdown. Now, to be fair, a lot of these people aren't actually, as per se, idiots. It's for the hilarity's sake. I don't know if I made that clear enough in the last video, so the title, unfortunately, has to be a little bit misleading, I guess, for uh, those who kind of wanted the sequel to the original. And it's not nearly as extreme as the last one, which I think he kind of earned that title fairly to a degree. But anyway, in all seriousness, we should probably get back into it and get started. And so I'm not going to have any music on. I'm sorry, but the battle started. I was doop because I was just testing new teams, and I do have this on fast, so it shouldn't take too long. Choice Scarf, Magnezone for Steel Trappers, just so I could get Mega Scissor to really go to town. That's basically what the philosophy was. Everything else was either to switch in, clear hazards, or, you know, set up hazards of its own. So that's kind of what I was going for there. Unfortunately, Lando gets burned on the wake up, and that is just really, really frustrating. And as you may have noticed, I actually am going to try to keep the names covered. Unfortunately, I don't know if I can completely, but I'm certainly going to try. And I'm still trying to get over this gunk, so I apologize for that, but I just needed... I just wanted to get back to work. Anyway, regardless, I'm going to have to let Landorus go down. That burn really crippled it. But thankfully, Volt Switch will allow me to clean it out the Zapdos nice and simply. Anyway, I'm going to win. There's number one. The Belly Drum, this is actually pretty threatening, and he had fair reason to say that. But I go for the Scald, mostly hoping I can get the burn. If not, oh well. The crit really didn't matter, and we both knew that. I go into Magnezone going, I think I could take an Aqua Jet. Apparently not. Mungus, well, Aqua Jet doesn't kill. He had to go for the Waterfall, but knew it wasn't going to work there. Go into Scissor, have to switch, I know it. It's super obvious I'm going to switch, but I don't really have a choice. I need Scissor. He's kind of my go-to Mon, but I do outspeed, and I'm able to Bolt Strike his Charizard into Oblivion, then go and hit the Slowbro with that Bolt Strike. I'm pretty sure I'm banded, and so able to take out the Slowbro as well. So, going pretty well there. Unfortunately, I know I'm outsped in Trick Room, but he Dragon Dances while in Trick Room. Okay, well, Clear Smog. Boom, no more of that. My only concern is, if this thing has Fire Punch, I could be in a little bit of trouble still, but I have to take the risk. I resist the extreme speed thanks to my nice steel typing. Mega Evolve, and he goes for the Dragon Claw, so I guess he doesn't have it. E-Speed, Dragon Claw, Dragon Dance, and maybe Roost, so no Fire Punch. And I gotta say this about Showdown. I really like the new animation they put up. He is still confident, though, so I gotta give him that. Anyway, I go for the Bullet Punch, and despite the multi-scale, or most likely multi-scale, it still does a ton of damage, and it's an easy 2-hit KO, so yay. And, yeah, no, you're not gonna win this. Sorry. He does have the Focus Sash, so he does survive that. If he had Blaze Kick, he actually would have taken me out there, which would have been kind of funny. But people don't run Blaze Kick for a reason, but now I can just Bullet Punch, easily take out the Lucario. And at this point, I can just keep going for those Bullet Punches, and that is game. So I obviously was going to lose that one. But again, he could have come back and won, so I wouldn't really call him as much of an idiot, just really overconfident. This one, on the other hand, got a little more interesting. Music. And we can actually switch sides, which is exactly what we're going to do. He starts with the Mega Evolution, goes for Protect. No surprises there. I'm just going to Flash Cannon. No reason to overpredict early on, and just keep going for that. Going to pop Registeel's Balloon, which is nice, but going to Lando now. Unfortunately, the clear body does mean he gets to keep his stats at max. As he explodes, I set up my rocks. So he's run out of rockers. And I still do have my Starmie, which is my spinner, naturally. I don't want to take any Moonblast shenanigans from the Diancie, though, so I switch into a Moongus. Turns out he's going to explode, too, which, okay. Definitely a surprise. Here, I just decided I need to rapid spin, get rid of this set of rocks, but he does Swords Dance, really quite daring, especially since I still have a Landorus in the back. And I don't really want to go into it directly, so I go into Victini kind of as pseudo death fodder / as just to try to get set up a little bit. But at this range, his Scissor looks really threatening, but I still have my own Mega Scissor. It's really bulky. He can't kill me, not even coming close. And I can set up my Sword Stance and put him kind of the situation he was trying to put me. So he's going to keep going for those, but I don't care really too much. I mean, the only way he could get past Mega Scissor is if he crit, and I am aware that that is an opportunity or a possibility, but I do have kind of the advantage here, and I know it. So get up to +3. I don't go for the +4, which would have been really greedy, but Durant's not going to take one of those, although he does Entrainment, which does surprise me. I didn't see it coming, and unfortunately, because of Entrainment, I have to switch, and I can go into Magnet Zone and go for the Hidden Power. Fire, easy knockout, no problem there. Smeargle, well, I got to switch out because of Truant, so I go into Starmie. He mean looks. Okay, I know what this means. And he curses me out there. So, yeah. That's all that this battle really made me laugh about was the ending. I actually had a screenshot for this particular battle, and if I can find it, I will go ahead and put it on Twitter so you can see it. But I'm having trouble locating it at the moment, unfortunately. I apologize. Otherwise, I would actually throw that up here. I think it's on my laptop. I'm not sure, but we'll keep moving. Oh, yes, this particular battle. I'm gonna mute. Anyway, this is another one of those battles that I definitely had to go over, just as it was quite ridiculous. My most ridiculous battles, unfortunately, I did lose when I transitioned from the laptop to the tower, but that's okay. Anyway, I predicted as he goes for the super obvious Earth power, but, you know, whatever. So, at this point, I can just keep going for the Icicle Crashes. Mamoswine really is basically able to sweep his entire team. I didn't know what Majora's Speed was because this was right when Sun and Moon first came out, so I wasn't sure. But, yeah, I was obviously predicted. And now I'm getting absolutely destroyed, let me tell you. Oh, man. I'm just losing all my Pokemon here. It's heartbreaking. But at this point, I can just switch in Aegislash. Like I said, this was before, this was early Sun and Moon, so Aegislash wasn't banned yet. And it was a really, really good check to a lot of the Ultra Beast tappies, so I kind of had to run it. And it was actually showcased in the Farewell to Aegislash video, but it's still pretty funny where predicted! It wasn't really a prediction as much as just kind of an obvious, and made the switch because if he was Specs, he would have had to switch himself. So, yeah, and again, Mamoswine really did kind of clean up, so whatever. This is the last video, unfortunately, that I have to showcase at the moment. And again, doop doop doop, and I'm gonna, oops, switch sides is what I meant to do. Anyway, he led with the Staraptor. Really cool and underappreciated Pokemon. I really like that thing. He does prove he is Choice Scarf, though. That's fine. Unfortunately, Volt Switch naturally is not going to affect his Gliscor. So I'm going to have to go into something that can take on Gliscor a little better. And Starmie, despite not liking Knockoff, can deal with it a little bit more effectively. Unfortunately, he just hard switches into Bisharp. I go into Magnezone. These blasted knockoffs are giving me a lot of trouble, but now I can pull the double into Scissor, mostly trying to bait that Sucker Punch and get a kind of a setup, I guess. But regardless, he's going to keep on going for attacks, which in this case turned out to be Stone Edge. Didn't understand why Bishop with Stone Edge, but okay. Knockoff gets a set up to +4, and I can just roost up. And this is kind of where I would be absolutely terrified in basically 90% of situations. I'm at 100%. Bullet Punch isn't going to kill, obviously, because I'm running a bulky spread, and it's just really quite a powerful Pokemon. But just these one-lines, and they're great. They are absolutely amazing when you get those, but I am so sorry about that. I'm still getting over this gunk. Had the flu, that stupid bug that's been going around, and I'm finally recovering, but unfortunately the cough is kind of here. So yeah, I have some editing to do now, and once that's done, I'll upload onto YouTube, kind of showcasing some of the hilarity you can find on Showdown. Again, this isn't to insult anybody. It's not to call them losers or whatever. It's just for fun. So, yeah. That's just something I want to make sure. If I do miss any names, please don't go harassing them or anything like that. I'm not trying to do that at all. Just here to have a little bit of fun and laugh at the silliness you can find. So, yeah. See you guys next time. And I would like to mention one thing, actually. Thank you all so much for the support. We recently broke over 1,000 subscribers, which just mind-boggling. And every single time I turn it around recently, it's just been kind of rising. So you guys are amazing. I love you all, and hope to see you again. But yeah, I'll upload content as frequently as I can, and I'll try to keep that down. I apologize. But until next time, later.